So what are you sacrificing short term for your long-term goals? Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Mina, coming to you from New York City. I live out in Queens in Kew Gardens. I'm an entrepreneur, a professional in network marketing. My friend Kate Mache asked me, or challenged me, but in a good way, to create a video based on what I learned this morning from her husband, who did a morning wake-up call. And Andrew focused on making short-term sacrifices for long-term goals. You see, as an entrepreneur, you're getting into a business many times into a new area that you're not familiar with. And you're still coming back from a mindset working for somebody else. Now, I'm not saying that working a job is a bad thing because it does pay the bills. But when you make the decision to get out of that box and enter the box of becoming an entrepreneur, you have to learn to make some sacrifices. Now, I'm going to tell you what my husband and I have sacrificed in order to start building our business online. We sacrificed cable TV. We no longer have a TV. We have a TV, but we don't have cable connected to it. We said that we don't need that right now because if you don't already know, watching TV can be a big time eater. You can say, I'm going to watch this show for 5 minutes and I'll get back to work. And little do you know it, 2 hours later, you're still flipping the channels. Or going out to eat. My husband and I have sacrificed going out to eat. We probably go out to eat once a month now. It used to be twice or 3 times a month when I had still worked the job. But given the money that goes into going out to eat, it's better that we just eat at home. And we go to Costco every month and buy a whole bunch of food that we need, and that's what we subsist on for the month. Buying clothes. Now let me tell you something. There's probably something that you don't know about me. I'm a thrifter in the sense that I love going to thrift stores. In fact, I consider thrift stores my retail therapy. I like going and digging through the racks and finding items that I can style with what I currently have in my wardrobe. And I have, through the years that I worked a full-time job, I have clothes that I bought from stores, but I complement them with my finds from thrift stores and vintage shops. I mean, that's my thing. I love doing that. And in fact, I have now an whatever. I have a separate website and my Pinterest. It's the Stylish Thrifty Entrepreneur, and that is my passion. And if you want to know more about that, just let me know, and I'm more than happy to connect you to that, and you can see how I do those things. I'm also a DIY. I love making things. I like making my own notebooks. Well, I'm getting a little bit off the topic because we're talking about what are your short-term sacrifices. In terms of shopping, I like going to the thrift stores, and in fact, you can save more money if you go to the thrift stores knowing how to look. But okay. Thanks, honey. That's my dog. So we were talking about short-term sacrifices for long-term goals. A lot of times, to ask somebody to sacrifice something is eking them out of their comfort zone. And a lot of people like to stay in their little warm, comfortable box of your TV, of your surfing the internet, of your shopping at sales or going to your favorite stores to shop. Or you see this handbag that you have to have, but really, do you really have to have that handbag? Do you really have to have that pair of shoes? I challenge you ladies to take stock of what you have in your closet and to count how many blouses you have, how many shirts, how many skirts, how many pants, how many pairs of shoes, how many accessories you have, handbags, and you'd be surprised at what you have. And my premise with the Stylish Thrifty Entrepreneur is to make the most of what I have while I'm building my business online. Because now I am starting to aggressively market and I'm starting to see results. As I start to see results, the money that we have is going to be put into the business. My short-term sacrifices are shopping, even at thrift stores. I have to limit myself to that. I also love 99-cent stores. Okay, but I digress. Let me see other sacrifices that I have made. Well, I haven't cut my hair. I usually cut my hair 2 to 3 times a year. I have naturally curly hair, but I do straighten it. And the person who cuts my hair, he does a really good job that I don't have to worry about for several months. But I recently went to a wedding, and usually when you go to a wedding, you want to look your best, you want to buy a new dress, you want to buy new shoes. I have even not done that. I'm using what I have in my closet, and I thank God for the creativity that He gives me, because I know how to combine my clothes and make them look different. And I haven't cut my hair. I just straighten it and I rock it. If it's too long, I'll throw it up in a bun, and I have these little donut thingies, and I do it. I just make do with what I have. That too. And just keeping ourselves to a budget. In fact, my husband has challenged me to create a budget for our home, since I'm home full time and he's working full time, as to what we are spending. And so little by little, I make my little notes of like, okay, what we spend on food, what we spend on washing the clothes, because you have to fill like a card for, in our building we have the washing machines, and so you fill the card and use it to wash clothes. The gas we put into our car. Even little things here and there, like if I run out of something and I'll go to the supermarket and buy it. But you know what I've been doing lately? Like we've ran out of oil, and we usually buy the big tub of oil at Costco. I've been using the cans of sardines. I've been using the oil in the can of sardines to make the meals. So I've made like a pasta dish. I made a pasta dish with sardines, and I used the oil in the can of sardines to make the pasta dish, and it actually came out pretty cool. It came out pretty tasty. I've even used the because sometimes the oil in the sardine cans is a little bit too much, so I'll take a little bit aside, we'll hold it in a little ramekin and use that to cook. So that might seem a little extreme for you, but we are making the most of what we have. We are making these small little sacrifices for our long-term goals. I ask you this: if you're an entrepreneur, if you're starting out in your home business, what are the short-term sacrifices that you are willing to make for your long-term goals of financial freedom? Feel free to comment below. If you are looking for a powerful educational platform that I plug into, with a very supportive community of people, why don't you click on the link below? It'll take you to a 29 or 32-minute video about My Lead System Pro. This platform you can use to build your business, but you do it by building yourself, you Inc. If you like, click on the link below, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care. Cheers.